Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I have the beautiful Christina back and we are doing a medium contrast glam that I cannot wait to show you. So without further ado, let's do some makeup. Skin prep is so important before applying your makeup. It's going to hydrate the skin and the makeup's just going to lay so much nicer and wear so much nicer. So I'm starting off with a vitamin C serum from Prequel and then moving on to the Prequel Multi Quench, which is a really great hydrating serum. And then I move on to a moisturizer. I always recommend an SPF as your final step before moving on to makeup, so having a moisturizer with an SPF built in is really great. If you're doing a night look, then just using a nice lightweight moisturizer is great under makeup. My last step is always primer, and for this look I'm using the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer. It really makes your skin glow. It's incredible. So I just apply that all over the skin, massaging it in gently before moving on to foundation. For foundation, I'm using the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This is such a great find. It's an incredible foundation. It's so high performing and it's only $8. It gives really great coverage, but it still gives you that second skin finish that I personally love for my makeup. I don't want really heavy foundation, so I take a synthetic flat foundation brush and I apply this all over the face in a nice even layer. I don't want it too heavy, so I just work that product around the skin. It'll stretch really nicely. And then once it's applied all over the face and down the neck, I take a damp beauty blender and I press that into the skin. And that's going to lift some of that product and lighten it and make it look like your own skin. Then I'm going in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I love this concealer. And because Christina's so young, I'm just using it in some areas to brighten her face and also prep the eyelids for eyeshadow. And then I just take the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy Kitten Paw brush and blend that out. Christina has a really beautiful heart-shaped face with high cheekbones, so I'm just going to do a little bit of bronzing just to accentuate her features. And I'm taking the LYS Bronzing Contour Stick and I'm applying that to my hand to warm the product up so it applies really creamy. And I'm just applying that right around her cheekbones, her jawline, and her hairline. And then I take a damp beauty blender to press that into the skin and make sure everything looks really natural. A damp beauty blender is my number one tip for making your makeup look like your own skin. I wanted a really reflective eye look for Christina, something with drama but still soft so it fits that medium contrast makeup style. And I started with the e.l.f. Liquid Metallic Eyeshadow. I love these eyeshadows. This one is Galaxy and it looks a lot more purple on the skin than I was prepared for. When I'm working with a liquid eyeshadow, I work with the product on one eye at a time. It will start to dry and set, so we want to work with it while it's still able to be blended. So I apply it to the eyelid and then I take a fluffy eyeshadow brush and I blend that out over the entire lid. It's really easy to work with when it's wet. I sweep it under the lower lash line as well, and I also take a bone eyeshadow shade to soften the edges and highlight the brow bone. For the rest of this look, I'm using the Polite Society VIP palette. This palette is so fun. I recently got this palette at Ulta and it's quickly become a favorite of mine. It has the best shades. So I'm using a neutral brown to warm up Christina's eye. This is contouring the eye and warming up that cream eyeshadow that ended up being a lot cooler and more purple than I was expecting. So I'm just sweeping that across the crease, just taking my time to work with that product and blend it out. And now I'm taking a really light shimmery shade from this palette to just highlight the inner corners, add some sparkle to her eyes. So I take that champagne shade and I start in the inner corners of the eyes and then I blend that out toward the center of the eyes. Now I'm taking one of the deeper brown shades from this palette. It's not the darkest brown, but it's one of the deeper brown shades from this palette. I start at the lash line and I blend this shade up toward the crease. And I'm just blending that in toward the center of the eye, but I'm staying in the outer third. And this is adding some really nice dimension and depth to her eye. This is taking that drama up a notch. So instead of being a softer smoky eye, it's more of a deeper smoky eye. But because we're using browns, it's still that really nice medium contrast look. I take my time here and I keep blending this out so everything is soft and flawless. You'll see me go in and add more product because you can always build it up. Start with less and add more as needed. Now I'm using a precision brush just to line that lower lash line about halfway in, stopping at the center of the eye. Using an angled eyeliner brush in the darkest brown in this palette, I'm pressing that dark brown into the lash line. This is what I'm using for eyeliner. So I'm starting with a powder eyeliner and I'm pressing that product into the lash line, keeping it really close to the lash line. I want to enhance that lash line without having the eyeliner be too intense, too bold, and I am taking a pencil brush to smudge that out. So this is staying really soft and smoky. Again, on the other eye, just pressing that brown powder into the lash line all the way across, and then taking a pencil brush to smudge that out so it's really nice and soft. Christina has incredible eyebrows. I am going to fill them in just lightly with a brow pencil, but I'm starting out by setting them with the e.l.f. Brow Lift. This is a clear brow gel. It's great for anyone who has really dark eyebrows, full eyebrows, and doesn't need a lot of pigment added to them. I want some really beautiful, intense eyelashes for this look, so I'm going in with my favorite mascara. This is the Shackley Lash Revitalizing and Conditioning Mascara. It's a lash conditioner and a mascara in one. It has incredible benefits for your eyelashes, lasts all day long, no smudging, no transferring under the eyes. I like to apply this to the upper eyelashes first, and for someone who has really long curly eyelashes like Christina, you really want to make sure you let them set before moving on to the lowers. And this is the point where I realized I forgot to finish prepping Christina's lips when we were doing all the skin prep before the makeup. So I just applied a little bit of the Prequel Skin Utility Ointment to hydrate her lips before we move on to any lip products. And this was my favorite part of this makeup look. I added the metallic pink in the VIP palette to the center of Christina's eyelids. That color payoff, it is just so beautiful and it looks so lovely with the browns. This takes a classic brown smoky eye, makes it a little more youthful, something a little more glamorous for a party or an event, but still has that classy, sophisticated smoky eye look. I'm only applying this to the center of the lid and then also sweeping it under the center of the lower lid as well. To complement the browns and pinks in this eye look, I'm using the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Dewy Blush in Hope, which is a mauve, and I thought this really complemented Christina's skin tone nicely, gave a beautiful natural flush to her cheeks. I applied the blush to her cheekbones, blending it out with a blush brush. This blush applies so nicely, it's so easy to work with. And because I love radiance in a makeup look, I am adding some of the Rare Beauty liquid highlighter to Christina's cheekbones and also the bridge of her nose. This gave her a beautiful glow. I'm using false eyelashes for this look just to add a little more volume and length to Christina's eyelashes, so I apply a thin layer of glue to the strip of lashes. I let it get a little tacky before applying it to the eyes and make sure it's really close to the lash line and just adjust it as needed to make sure that it's even and straight before moving on to the other eye. And then once they're both set in place, I'll let them fully dry before I do any finishing touches for the eye makeup. I don't like an overly powdered face. I like everything to look pretty soft and creamy like your own skin. So I am going in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Loose Setting Powder, and I'm just doing a nice thin dusting of this powder over the center of Christina's face. This is going to eliminate a little bit of shine, but she's still going to have a really beautiful glow. Now I'm going in and doing those final touches with the eyebrows. So I'm just taking a brown eye pencil and doing upward strokes, filling in any areas of the brows that might be a little bit sparse. So I don't want a really heavy brow. I want them to look really natural and soft, but just enhanced slightly. So I'm really just filling in as needed, only in areas that really need a little bit of volume added back to the eyebrows. And then I take the spoolie end of the brush and I just brush that through. This will soften that pencil so they look really natural. I want to keep the lips nude and glossy for this look, so I'm going in with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in BFF. This is the best nude lip pencil. It's so affordable and it's so creamy and easy to work with. I'm doing some strokes to line the outside of Christina's lips and then pulling that lip pencil in toward the center. This is going to add a little more pigment to Christina's lips because I'm going to be going in with a shimmery lip oil over top. So we're doing a soft lip look, and adding that lip pencil all over the lips is going to add a little more pigment and give some more longevity to this lip look. Now I'm going over that lip pencil with the e.l.f. Glimmer Lip Oil in Princess Cut, which is a pink pinky beige, and this has a little bit of shimmer to it. So the lips are looking beautifully glossy and plump. To touch up the lash line now that the glue has fully set, I'm going with the e.l.f. Lock-On Liner and Brow Gel, and this is just going to minimize the shine from that lash glue. Even though it dries clear, it still will have a shine, and you really want that lash line to be completely undetectable. I'm just going in with a precision liner brush just to smudge in a little bit of that gel eyeliner, and this works really well to camouflage that lash line from the false lashes, so no one will be able to tell that you're wearing false eyelashes. And that is it. This is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I love doing this makeup. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video from me, and I'll see you next time.